Hi, my name is Becky. I'm a water quality specialist with Iowa Water Quality Consulting. In my job, I get the opportunity to work with community water supplies to protect their water supply through a process known as drinking water protection planning. Today, we're going to cover just some of the basics of source water and what source water is, what a public water supply is, some of those hydrologic concepts that help to explain your susceptibility of your public water supply, and why it's so important to protect this natural resource that we call source water.
So let's get started. First, what is source water? Source water is your drinking water source. It is obtained from either a surface water or a groundwater source. So your surface water source is either a lake or a river, and your groundwater source is an aquifer. A public drinking water supply is defined as one that is just for human consumption, and it serves at least 25 people at least 60 days out of the year. In Iowa, about 880 of our public water supplies obtain their drinking water from aquifers. Of that 880, about 530 are identified as being susceptible water supplies because of the aquifer that they utilize to provide drinking water. So this is one of the reasons it's so important to protect your drinking water source, is that source water area. So we're going to get into this a little bit deeper in the tutorial. It would be great if you could learn more about how to access information about your local source water. And I'm going to show you a real quick, easy way to access that data. So first, we're just going to Google. So you want to go to Iowa DNR's SWP Tracker. Once you get to this, you click here. And then it's going to ask you for the name of your public water supply. And let's just go with Manchester, Iowa. And then we can hit search. And down here, you'll see that it shows Manchester Fish Hatchery and it shows the Manchester water supply. So we're going to go to the water supply because that's where the public water supply is at for your particular house if you live in Manchester. And then you can either pull up a phase 2 plan. This one shows that it was completed in 2019. It's been updated, but they also had a plan in 2010. But maybe for simplicity's sakes, you want to just go to the phase 1 report because every community in the state should have a current phase 1 report conducted by the Iowa DNR. We want to click on that. It will pull up your phase 1 report on your local source water. Here it is, Manchester, Iowa. It talks about the different wells, your well numbers, your logs for those wells. But then you want to go to the very bottom of this report and you can access their capture zone areas. So these are capture zone areas for specific wells in Manchester. Here you'll see well number 7, well number 4, well number 5, and so on and so forth. But it gives the capture zone area for these wells. So I'm just going to stop here. Once you get to this area, you can learn so much more about your source water and how to protect these areas from which your source water is obtained from. So thanks for tuning in on this little tutorial on how to access your source water information from the state, and we'll move on. So this concludes today's discussion on source water. We covered some very basic principles. What is source water? Where is it obtained from? And where you can go to get additional information so that you can be better informed about where your drinking water source comes from. So I also want to thank our sponsors today, Limestone Bluffs RC&D and the McDonough Foundation. Thank you all so much for tuning in today.
and becoming better informed about where your drinking water source is obtained from. Thank you so much and have a great day.